Shalom, call along Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of the great millstone. And peace and salutation to the hopeful elects. And shalom to you elders and bishops of the other GMS camps in the other states. The water for y'all good work that y'all do. And shalom. And to you affiliates out there of GMS. You're taking the time to push this truth in sincerity, and you're learning from the apostles and elders of GMS. Continue to do the good work. And shalom to you Aquims, to you women. You're learning your place in Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, and you're searching for a righteous male covering that you may go into the kingdom with. Shalom. Welcome to, and that you may be obedient to. Shalom. Welcome to today's video. Today's lesson is on 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. I'm your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. Welcome. Thank you for watching today's video. Okay. Today's lesson is on 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. Okay. We're going to go straight off into this, all right? Because, you have a lot of people who like to go deep into their own understanding, okay, on the false doctrines that they've heard. We're going to start here in verse 3, okay, and they try to solidify themselves and foundate themselves in their false doctrine, and that they try to push. And they see the truth as a lie, and it really is. And they see the lies as the truth. See? So we're going to get off into this 2 Timothy chapter 4, starting at verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. And the people don't. They don't have any care or clue about the word. It's so many people out there that just obliviously living their lives, not even understand the importance of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. They don't even know, okay, for real. In fact, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3, the Lord compares them to a dumb ox and a mule. They don't even consider Yahweh, you see. And so, so he has not considered them for salvation. Okay. Okay. But after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers. You see? And they'll follow anybody, anywhere, concerning any doctrine that is false. This great whore, America, is filled with false doctrines. Okay? The people are drunken of the wines of this great whore. Okay? Wines of fornication and filth. Okay? All these different things that are playing out in the world come straight out of who? Babylon, this great whore. And the women here in America, what? Portray themselves as the same, a great whore. You see, they call themselves queens, okay, not realizing that the word queen derives from the Greek word queon, okay, queon, okay, and in the Greek word queon means whore, okay? It means whore, flat out. And so they don't realize that, the Queen of England was nothing but what? A great whore. Okay, that's about it. Okay, and so and they want to believe. That's the reason why they believe in all these false religions and different things that they have allowed to consume themselves. Some of them even got their own false doctrine that they've come up with. I went over to this one old guy's house. I remember years ago when I was a younger man, maybe around about in 2010 or something around then, and that wasn't too long ago. um, and this guy had a head in the windowsill. He had a head upstairs there. He had a head, and it was in some sort of a pentagram type of a thing with stones and candles all around it. And I looked over at it. I didn't even bother to inquire or ask him what that was about. I didn't even want to know. So, it didn't have anything to do with the Lord. Flat out. Having itching ears, and that's what people have. They have itching ears. They hear falsehood, and they shall turn away their ears. They shall. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear smooth things preached to them, even lies. Some people love a good lie. They love a good lie. A lot of people out there on the streets now, they operate on lies. That's the bottom line. That's how their whole format is a lie with lying pitfalls all throughout. Okay, for real. You can't. There's some people. No matter what come out their mouth, it is a lie. No matter what it is. You ask them what time it is, they a lie. you know, they a lie. For real. From the truth. You see? You see? They turn their ears, itching ears, away from the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They call the truth an occult or something. And it shall be turned into fables. You see? That's what they like. They like little fables and lies and different things. Some people, it amazes me how they will, their religion, even when they know that it's a lie, they still put themselves in that sort of way of their whole way, their whole thought process is centered in that. See, because you had to watch people because their thought process, you and you had to watch your conversations when you're dealing with people out here in the streets and stuff, and on the plantations and different things, because people, they have their own ideology, and uh, uh, and you don't really know what type of religion or whatever that they're from until they open their mouth. When they open their mouth and talk, that's when you know. You see, because what that Proverbs chapter something, it says that the true test and trial of a man is his diatribe. Okay, that's how you know what's really on a man's mind when he open up his mouth and speak. A fool can seem like a wise man if he just keep his mouth closed and let others talk, and he just nod his head. You see, you see. We can read some cross reference into that, some precepts. This is chapter 2. This 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, and it shall. The time, watch. Here it is. We about to go into this MOTB thing. Pretty soon they about to collapse this. They about to collapse this U.S. dollar. It's about to go straight into a collapse. Once it goes into a collapse, then people are not going to be able to buy anything, sell anything, or do anything. Oh well, they'll be able to trade. They'll be able to trade for whatever a short time period, that the money system is out. But pretty soon after that, they're gonna come with the MOTB as the relief. Now that they've caused so much chaos and gonna cause even more chaos. Wait till when that new virus hit. When it hit, the one that when people become infected, they die within hours, not days, not weeks, not months, but in hours. Okay? And so that's going to be a devastating thing. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. And they are. Man, it's some guys, man, you see them, man, and they got this way about them like a woman. They got this attitude, thing where they almost Mr. Mrs. It, and it's a trip. Guys that got caught up trusting in their riches, trusting in their material things that they have. They trusting in their ranking on the job or in social status. Okay? They trust in all these things. And they trust in their business and the business dealings and associates. Okay? They trust in their way that they be. But it's all based on falsehood. Because there's lies all about. Okay? The time is coming where people being so caught up. The Lord said that he's going to remove the arrogancy off the face of the proud. Okay? Isaiah chapter 13. Flat out. Okay? For men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud. You see? They're going to be proud of themselves. And you have a lot of people that are. Second Ezra chapter 16, I think, starting in the verse 40s, the word says, it shows that Yahweh, it angers Yahweh when he sees us decking out our clothes, ourselves, and decking out our homes, and decking out our rides, and all these different things, being more consumed into the world. He don't like that. That angers him. It pisses him off. You see. That's why brothers lose this or that. Brothers go through that pruning when they first come to this truth. They go through this pruning. Okay. Blasphemers. Okay. Disobedient unto parents. You see, and that's a lot of things. A lot of things that people do one way or another. It is a reflection of their relationship concerning their parents. How they treat senior citizens on the job is based on what type of relationship they've had with their parents. I've noticed that if a young woman has not had in her 20s, if she grew up not having a relationship with her father, she wasn't raised by her father, been on her job, and socially, she treat older men bad. Most of them do. But you got some that miss not having a father, and they treat an old man good. But those are your gems. You see, females like that, those are your gems. You see. Unthankful, unholy. So many of these young people are unthankful for they're not thankful for anything. If you do anything for any of these young people, they will mistake your kindness for you being a fool. Flat out. And they'll let you know to your face. You see? They're unholy, They're not separate from the world. They are amongst the world. We've come out from amongst the world. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 3. Without natural affections, they ain't got no natural affections. You see, they grew up not having a father for one. Most of them. And Shalom. Oh, hold on one moment. Thank you. And and you have it where you have a lot of these young people that because they wasn't raised by their father, they don't have a certain natural affection about themselves. Uh, uh, some of them were didn't even have a good, a strong relationship with their mother. You know, as to the reason why you have so many rebellious sons out here in the world. These young males that don't they do not obey the voice of their mothers or their fathers. And see, and that would include old schools or old girls. These young people, they don't bother to listen to us on the street. You know, we are like street daddies and street moms to these young people. Okay, really, you know, really. Trust breakers, you can't truce breakers. You cannot depend on a young person today to have a certain level of integrity about themselves. No, they are any kind of way, any type of way, however things go, one way or another. They don't care. They don't care, and you can't expect for them to be of any remorse about anything that they say or do. See, a false accused, the best thing to do is not even have anything to do with them. False accusers, yep, they're quick to accuse. These young males, they will accuse an old man of stealing something that they want to steal from the old man. And they'll start off, they want to rob the old man, so they'll say, hey, dog, you stole that, And then they'll attack an old man. They try to steal what he got. That's if he ain't got a pistol on him to defend himself, you know. Incontinent, incontinent, okay, fierce, dispersers of dispersers of those that are good. You see, they don't like, or should I say, they have a strong disdain for those of us that do the good for the Lord, to do good on behalf of the Lord, and do good on behalf of others. You see why? Because we are the ambassadors of the kingdom of heaven. Okay, we bring forth the order. Okay, because we bring forth the word. You see, and the word does come to do what? Cut both concerning bone, spirit, and mirror. You see, flat out. This verse 4. Trotters, okay, heady, okay, very strong minded, you know, high minded, yeah, very high minded, and they so caught up on themselves, and it's amazing how dumb they are. Really, they don't really consider different things. They don't think about different things, and if you try to go to talk and speaking knowledge around them, okay, what the first thing they do is they want to know, how'd you know all this? And then your question back to them is, how is it that you don't know all this? You see? You see? Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh. You see? You see? They love their pleasures more than the Almighty. You see? And that's something that is most prevalent within many people today. Seeking pleasures. And I think it's because a lot of people are deprived from them not being able to achieve the different dreams that they thought that they was going to be able to achieve in their life. And it ain't happened. And why? At first they thought it was their fault, and some think it's their fault now. But it's because of a system that Esau is Edom has in place. Okay, the beast and the beast system. Okay, it's the thing that's chopping a lot of people down and keeping a lot of people from rising. Okay, and doing different things and living the type of life that they've been wanting to live. It's all been just a nightmare, flat out. This verse 5, having a form of godliness. You see, a form of godliness, but not the whole, what? The whole enchilada. You see, flat out. But denying the power thereof. You see, they don't have no belief in the power. Okay, they don't even believe, yet alone know. Okay, of the power of what Yahweh Shai will do for his sons, for his daughters. Okay, from such turn away. You see, you turn away from peoples like that because there's nothing that they can offer you. They are in fact dead. They do not have any righteous spiritual words to speak to your spirit, to be edifying to your spirit one way or the other. You see, you can't count on them. They can't edify your spirit. You see, John chapter 6 verse 63. It is the spirit that quickens; the flesh gaineth nothing. The words that I say to you, they are of spirit and they are of life. You see, flat out. This is verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses. Yes, they are. These are kind of thieves. Back in the 70s, it used to be where you can leave, 60s and 70s, you can leave your front door wide open, go to sleep. Go back there, go to the bedroom, go to sleep. With nobody walk in your house, like that and stuff. Except for family and stuff like that, and friends. But that's about it. That's about it. Okay? But now, you can't just leave your front door open. You can't. Because people will come and try your doorknob to see can they get in. Just to see it. And if they can, they'll tiptoe their ass in and they ain't coming in for no good purpose. That's trespassing, you see. And led captive silly women laden with sins. That means a harlot. These harlots out there, they all participate in all these different things that's going on. But they got relationships with these rebellious sons, dumbass, bitch niggas of the neighborhood, and they do what? They hook up, they get together, they have sex, they spread disease, and they get these dumb harlots pregnant with another dumb bad seeded child. Okay, there's wicked, demonic little children. Okay, in her menstrual, she do bring forth monsters. Okay, and Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21, prepare a slaughter, for his children, for the iniquities of thy fathers. Okay, so that they do not arise to build cities in the generations. Okay. These are children that usually Yahweh have them to be shot down by a stray bullet, or run out on the street and chasing a ball or something and get hit by a car, or ripped to pieces by a pit bull. Okay, but sometimes these are also people who only had a little bit to left to pay for as far as their transgressions, and then they'll be judged right quick at a young age, and then they go on up to the Lord. Okay. That too. All right. That too. Led away with divers lust. Divers lust. Okay. They were just all out wicked, all out doing what they want to do. And you have a lot of women that's out there, especially young women of today, that are like that. They out there being sexual in so many different ways, and that including with animals. Okay, with animals. Listen, we can go ahead and close that out right there. Okay, that's enough. The hopefully you will motivated and inspired by today's video. Okay, we weren't trying to make it too long. We just wanted to touch down on that scripture, 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3 and 4. Okay, for the time has come. It has. Where the people no longer endure sound doctrine. They don't. The only thing they want is to be served some foolishness. You know, a mess that has no weight, no spiritual food. Yahweh Shah said he has meat, okay, okay, that he's bringing forth, okay, for repentance, okay, and so for people to want to go off into foolishness and false doctrines and get themselves all entangled and entwined in such things, go away, turn away from people like that, okay. Don't go nowhere near that. Instead, you 2/3 repent to Hamashiach Yahushua. Come back onto this path of righteousness, lest ye be destroyed. And you heathens, Edomites, and Edomites, y'all can simply prepare for y'all impending doom. Okay, y'all got a date with a lake of fire, flat out. And so we're gonna go ahead and close it out right there. Okay, okay. Brothers and sisters, stay strong. We ain't got long. Keep yourself occupied in the word in Yahweh Shai. He said until he returns. Okay. Stay steadfast in the word. Okay. Maintain pushing his truth in the highways and the byways, in the streets and the main marketplaces, and on the internet. The highways and byways of the internet and the marketplace of the internet, as well. You know, these things that we do, we're hewing down the enemy, cut him down. It's time to cut the tall, red Edomite trees. It's time to cut the tall, red Edomite trees. Okay? Flat out. Okay? And so, listen. And also, I want to remind you to press the like button, if you would. That helps out for the algorithms of the YouTube channel. And if you would, please, press the subscription button and the notification bell. And that way you will receive special notification alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. Okay? As good shepherds of the Lord, our job is to, as always, feed the sheep. Okay? So I'd like to give all praise and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom unto the hopeful elects.